Wax inlay, using wax resist to create an inlaid design with underglaze. I like Forbes wax, which is available from high water clay because it dries very shiny, but you can use any wax resist to do this. It's just that some wax resists are a little bit more tacky and don't wipe away the excess underglaze as easily. You'll want to cover the entire surface with the wax resist and then let the wax resist dry completely before you do your design. Here you can see that I'm painting over an underglaze design that I already had on the plate made with stencils. I wanted a very straight linear pattern, so I'm using a straight edge here and an X-Acto knife so that I can get really fine lines. But you can use this technique to do any kind of drawing. Can definitely freehand draw with it, and you can use anything that will scratch through the wax to make marks. Whatever tool you're using will make a different line quality. Just keep that in mind. So you could use a needle tool, a pin, a small ribbon tool, a toothpick. They'll all have different line qualities. And as long as it's carving through the wax, it will work. Keep in mind, and when you're doing this technique, that you want to make sure the piece that you're working on is thick enough to handle what you're doing. I discovered, much to my distress, that this plate was actually a little bit too thin and it split along some of those lines that I carved. You can kind of see that happening in the video there. Once you've got your design carved, fill in all of the lines with underglaze. I'm using black underglaze. You can use whatever color you want. You could build up layers of color. So you could do this once, fill it in, paint another color of wax on top, and fill that in. I've done as many as 5 layers before. Eventually it would get too thick to carve through, but otherwise there aren't really any limitations to the number of layers. Once you've got the underglaze on there, you wipe it off. This is what the plate looked like when it was finished. I did some glaze trailing after it was fired.